The Grammys 2021 ceremony recently aired, and it was a controversial award show to say the least. But before we get into the show itself, let's give a recap of some of the drama that has occurred around the Grammys this year. The Weeknd infamously got snubbed this year. After his record-breaking album After Hours and the biggest hit of 2020 was shut out for consideration. Allegedly, it had to do with him also doing the Super Bowl halftime show. Well, The Weeknd didn't take this sitting down, and is one of the few acts to actually put his actions to his words. Because of the secret committees, I will no longer allow my label to submit my music to the Grammys, The Weeknd told The Times. Harvey Mason Jr., the Recording Academy's interim president, pushed back against criticism in a statement to US Today, claiming that the Grammys were evolving. "We're all disappointed when anyone is upset," Mason said, "but I will say that we are constantly evolving," he continued. And this year, as in past years, we're going to take a hard look at how to improve our award process, including the nomination review committees. Now this is major. A major label recording artist actually refusing to give the Grammys any validation. Time and time again, artists, especially some of the most popular, will call out the Grammys or reduce the Grammys to little importance, but still continue to submit their music for consideration to the Grammys. There's even been a lot of subtle FUs in song recordings, but yet they still submit. The Weeknd is actually the one person to truly take a stand against the Grammys. While it's hard to completely dismiss the Grammys because it has become such a cultural zeitgeist, an important moment for music and popular culture, there are faults that should be acknowledged. Tuning into the Grammys, supporting your favorite artists, and seeing them get recognition by the industry and the Recording Academy is a proud feeling for a lot of fans and music lovers. But we can also recognize that the Grammys have problems from shoehorning black artists into hip-hop, rap, and R&B, to snubbing some very considerable bodies of works, and rewarding some very bad bodies of works. The Grammys have, or at least had, the same significance as the Oscars do to acting, and the Super Bowl does to football. So it is hard just to completely erase it and act like it will lose its cultural significance overnight. I think it would make more sense to fix the problems at the Grammys than devaluing it. But that's not to say that the Grammys doesn't devalue itself. It undoubtedly brings the criticism it receives upon itself. However, artists like The Weeknd, who's by the way one of the most successful acts out right now, pushing the needle forward and actually being proactive, will hopefully prompt evolution and better structure within the Grammys. Some may say, well, the corruption within the Grammys has been going on far too long, and it deserves to be diminished to worthlessness. And to that I would say, fair enough. I understand why people would feel that way. I even felt that way. But also the reality is that it's not and probably won't go anywhere for a very long time, because it is still pulling in most popular and important artists for performances, awards, and nominations. And a lot of artists still do value being recognized by the Recording Academy, and I can't blame them. Good artists deserve to be recognized for their work. We can celebrate the music, the artists, and just music culture while also acknowledging there needs to be change, more transparency, and better governance. Now that we got that out the way, let's move on to the actual ceremony, starting with the performances. Harry Styles opened up the show with Watermelon Sugar, and I thought it was a nice performance. His vocals were on point, his ensemble looked nice, his performance wasn't too flashy, but it was a great rendition of the hit song. Billie Eilish followed Harry Styles with the somber yet hopeful Everything I Wanted, with a set that was similar to the music video for the track. And I know Billie gets a little bit of backlash for her quiet vocals, however her vocals really shine while singing this song. And she maintained great control of her vocals, which takes a lot of skill, especially when singing that soft and quietly. DaBaby and Roddy Ricch had one of the standout performances, and one of the most energetic and electrifying performances of the night, performing their hit song Rockstar, backed with a band and choir. This performance really showcased the showmanship of DaBaby, something we don't see that often. Dua Lipa also had a stunning performance where she performed Levitating and Don't Start Now. Her dancing and stage presence have improved remarkably. She did an entire dance breakdown. Her set was fun and colorful. Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak performed their new song Leave the Door Open, which wasn't the most in-your-face performance, but was a showcase of Bruno's astonishing vocal range and Bruno and Anderson's smooth harmonies. The song really leans into that classic 70s soul sound. Another standout performance was Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, who had an elaborate set for their first performance of WAP together. Megan performed Savage, Cardi B performed her song Up, and then they performed WAP together. Meg's set was very Vegas showgirl, Cardi B's was more futuristic, and I must say I enjoyed Megan's set a little more. While Cardi B's stage presence was undeniable, the lip syncing in this performance was horrible and completely out of sync and offbeat. It was almost like watching an extravagant yet poorly performed lip sync battle. Doja Cat had a robotic performance of Say So. Yes, once again, Say So. The performance was good, although I wish it would have been another song rather than Say So. The robotic theme of her performance is supposed to go hand in hand with her upcoming album Planet Her. Now on to the actual winners and awards. Taylor Swift took home Album of the Year with Folklore, and I actually predicted that she would win either her or Dua Lipa. Album of the Year is a very significant award. Folklore is well written and sonically cohesive, although I personally would have gone for Future Nostalgia. As an album, I feel like it has little to no duds, and is a well-rounded disco pop album. A dance and disco pop album, I should say. But I'm not mad at Folklore winning it. It is a good album, and Taylor Swift is a massive artist who has won Album of the Year numerous times, so she was a strong contender in this category. For pop duo performance, Rain On Me wins, which I think is a great choice. I am a little shocked that Exile didn't take this home because it is such a great track, but Rain On Me was such a huge crossover pop moment that I feel like people might lean into it more. For Song of the Year, we have I Can't Breathe by Her, and honestly for me this would have either went to Don't Start Now or The Box. But also we have to take into account that the Song of the Year category primarily focuses on how the song was written, and I will say that her track was pretty well written. For new artists, Megan Thee Stallion won, and I was anticipating either her, Doja Cat, or Phoebe Bridgers to win. Megan had an absolutely fantastic year, so I'm not mad at this win either. For Best Pop Vocal Album, we have Future Nostalgia, which undoubtedly deserves. I think it's just pop perfection. There were some other strong contenders here like Chromatica, Folklore, and Fine Line, and I still don't understand why Justin Bieber is here taking up a space with Changes. I always find it a bit odd that Folklore lost to Future Nostalgia, but won Album of the Year, and vice versa. Future Nostalgia lost to Folklore in this category, but lost Album of the Year. I would assume if an album wins in its specified category, that the chances of it winning the big award would be even higher. But no complaints with this category, it's a fantastic pick. For Record of the Year, we have Everything I Wanted by Billie Eilish. And honestly, I would have given it to Say So or Don't Start Now. I think they are way more proficient tracks. And that's not to say I don't love the Billie record, but I just think Say So and Don't Start Now are better recordings overall. For Best Music Video, we have Brown Skin Girl, which made Blue Ivy the second youngest Grammy winner in history. And I think this is a fair choice. Brown Skin Girl is a great music video, and I was also rooting for Life is Good by Drake and Future, just because I thought it was a fun and well put together music video. After 14 nominations and 0 wins, Nas finally took home his first Grammy Award ever with King's Disease, and I think it's well deserved and long overdue. It's a pretty good album. Although there was arguably some stronger material in this category, like Alfredo by Freddie Gibbs. For Best Pop Solo Performance, we have Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles. And honestly, although I do like this song, I wasn't expecting it to win. I was honestly expecting Say So or Don't Start Now to win this category as well. Watermelon Sugar is a nice song, but out of this category, I feel like it's one of the weakest out of Everything I Wanted, Cardigan, Say So, Don't Start Now. And why the hell is Yummy here? I don't know. Yummy is definitely the weakest in the category, but out of the actual good songs in this category, Watermelon Sugar is one of the weakest. Best Rap Song, we have Savage Remix, and I was either anticipating for Savage Remix or The Box to win. For Best Rap Performance, we also have Savage Remix with Beyonce and Meghan Thee Stallion, which I think is a good pick. Honestly, the only other song I would have went for in this category is Dior by Pop Smoke, which is a great song. John Legend won Best R&B Album with Bigger Love, and honestly I just feel like this is a case of playing it safe and being a Grammys darling. For the most part, John Legend just makes wedding songs. He is a talented man, I will never deny that. But his album wasn't very good. For Best Progressive R&B Album, we have It Is What It Is by Thundercat. I was rooting for Chloe and Halle to take this award home, but unfortunately they didn't. Now on to the snubs. Selena. The iconic Selena Quintanilla Perez, who was honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award, but her honor was only like 2 or 3 seconds. They didn't go over her career, her impact, anything at all, which just feels a little pointless and disrespectful. I definitely feel like Roddy Ricch was snubbed with the box. He definitely deserved to take something home. I'm also a bit shocked that Phoebe Bridgers or DaBaby didn't take home a win. Doja Cat as well with Say So, one of the biggest hits of the year. But I'm pretty sure Dr. Luke's involvement with the track had something to do with it being shut out. With that being said, although some of the awards were spotty, I'm not that disappointed this year. The performances were decent and kept me entertained. It wasn't extremely sluggish like last year. However, the Grammys still require a lot of work, and that's something we can't forget moving forward. The nominations this year were also obviously spotty, but the winners themselves weren't that bad this year. But if there's one thing that one win at least once a year will prove, is that the Grammys can be severely out of touch, which just highlights the work that needs to be done. Anyways, that concludes my thought about this year's Grammys Awards. Let me know what you thought about this year's ceremony down below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.